Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. A little jump on the draw there. I should have let it go to 0. But anyway, glad to have you on here for the First Alert Weather Show at 9 o'clock on Sunday night. And things are going to be a lot more tolerable this week. We put up with some dangerous heat last week. Of course, we had some severe weather along the way and some heavy rainfall. But what we're tracking now is a little more benign and a little more typical of July. I'm watching your comments too on the 14 News Facebook page, so you can check in like you always do. First off, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s overnight, partly cloudy, not as hot and humid here going into the week, and we will have a daily chance for showers and storms. That heat index well below 100 for a change. Thursday, wild card there, we might actually spike back up. But that's a few days off, so we're not going to get too hung up on that just yet. And of course, just a quick preview here, our temperatures staying near the normal high of 89 and near the normal low of 70. The radar did get active this afternoon. Many of you in Hopkins and Muhlenberg counties had that heavy rainfall this afternoon from about Madisonville all the way over to Central City and Greenville. And even here at 9 o'clock, we still have a few thunder showers that won't give up completely out there. We'll kind of take a little tour here around the tri-state. That first batch, not putting out too much lightning. I've seen a couple strikes in there. These are not severe storms, by the way. They will put down a little rain and gusty winds close to them. We have a couple more storms here in southern Illinois, but check this out. They're actually diving south, and that is often how unpredictable these pop-up showers can get. Even when they line up, sometimes they will move in a direction you really don't anticipate. And so, you know, that's going to be possible each day this week where we will have some pop-up showers and storms, especially during the hottest part of the day around 3 o'clock or so. Hour by hour, the model here probably will just give a general idea of pop-up showers and storms. That's what it's doing. But as far as any specifics are concerned, even the best models are pretty challenged to actually come up with pinpointing pop-up thunderstorms. We like to think of it as like whack-a-mole, where one comes up here and then over there, and you know how it goes. 77, our temperature now, it feels like 79. We have mid to lower 70s across the tri-state now, and the feels like temperature feels great. I don't know if you were out at all today, but it was actually pretty refreshing. Even with temperatures in the 80s, it wasn't that bad at all. Our lows this morning got down to 70 degrees, and our high today was actually flirting with 90. We got up to 89, and that is a little bit warmer than we had yesterday. Of course, we'd had those showers and thunderstorms yesterday on the 4th. Hopefully it didn't rain out your festivities, but it did cool it off very nicely. Our high today was right on the button for normal, and so now we pulled back a little bit. 89 here, our first 80-degree day for a change. We picked up a small amount of rain here since the 4 o'clock observation, but so that is not accounted for in here. We're a little behind on rainfall, as we would be if we hadn't had rain in a few days. The bigger picture kind of points to what a dull map this is going to be this week. We just basically have your typical summer doldrums where the jet stream is way up here to the north. And we kind of have high pressure festering about and showers and thunderstorms, scattered around, but without any real organization, like no cold front or storm system coming in. And so each day we will get afternoon thunderstorms. We call that diurnally driven showers and storms. When the sun's at its peak is typically when we get the action out there. Then it fades away at night, only to return again the next day. And there's really nothing more to the forecast than that, other than it will get warmer there on Thursday, up to 90. Longer range with the GFS, you're going to see just green each day, mainly during the afternoon and evening. It looks like we will hang on to a chance for scattered storms right through Sunday and maybe Monday as well. And again, total rainfall. This is just an average, because some storms will put down a whole bunch and other areas won't get any rainfall. And the European kind of illustrates this too. Same thing with chance of thunderstorms each day going all the way into at least Saturday. We might dry out by Sunday, and its rainfall totals are going to be less than the GFS. But again, just an idea that we have a chance of rain each day. Not for everybody, but it's at some point during the weeks, probably everybody will get at least a little rain. 70 degrees overnight and 85 tomorrow, partly sunny, some scattered storms possible. And then we look at the, what are we looking at here? There it goes. Well, it went back to the radar. That's interesting. I hadn't planned on doing that, but since we did, just some tiny showers there across the tri-state right now. Well, I wonder what's going on here. No, that's correct. Okay. I'm not sure why. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So I was worried we weren't going to have a pet pick. I mean, that's the big crisis here. Through the 19th, we have temperatures above normal, and we will dry out for the middle of the month, too, so less rain. All right, we've got Mr. Squirrel. Not a pet pick tonight, but Tabitha Fisher thought it was worth sending in, and I'd like to have a word with Mr. Squirrel because he has destroyed yet another bird feeder, and they eat everything, so the birds don't get a chance out there. I'm going to have to get the hummingbird feeder up. I don't think they like those. All right, let me check here and see what your questions and comments are. Hopefully that'll let me switch over. There we go. All right, we got a few folks in. Laura Gray, rained big time in Dawson Springs. I'll bet it did. You guys had quite a bit this afternoon. I saw the radar estimate. It was like 1 to 2 inches of rainfall there across basically along what was the Western Kentucky Parkway. I guess it's 69 going that way, and Western Kentucky going back toward Central City. Suzanne Daly, good evening. Cheyenne Hammonds, of course, in there as always. We just talked to Laura Gray. Scott Owen, good evening. William Raleigh, traveling from Buc-ee's, headed home right now. Well, there's no Buc-ee's close by. You must be watching on the road out there. Lenny Howard, it's nice weather. I agree. We have some pretty decent weather out there. Jeff Miller got 8/10 in the last 24 hours. Of course, you guys had a pretty good thunderstorm in Posey County yesterday. I think we had a warning. No, that was for the one in Gibson, but there was a pretty potent little cell out there. I saw it on the radar, even though I wasn't working. I was wondering how it was going to affect fireworks because people were asking me that question. Angie Wampler, just light sprinkles this afternoon in Vincennes. Misty Sensemeyer is watching from Mount Vernon. Good. Bruce Ferris enjoys the updates. Bonnie Reinhardt, hello from Madisonville. Hey, Bonnie. And Jimmy Dean, keep up the good work. Well, we're trying to. All right, I have a short science corner for you tonight. We've actually been seeing this every day now, at least for the last 2 or 3, where we have these thunderstorms that pop up and rain, maybe produce a little wind, sometimes hail, and then they go away, and then another one pops up. I think Arden actually showed this maybe on, it might have been on either Friday or Saturday, outflow boundaries that radiate out from these storms. And basically, if you look at the lifestyle, we don't know what they do in their private life cycle of a thunderstorm, it works like this. You have an updraft, and then it grows into a mature thunderstorm, and that updraft then is kind of balanced out right there, and so you get heavy rainfall. But eventually, in the dissipating stage, it becomes downdraft dominant, and so the whole thing collapses. You get that rain shaft underneath, and sometimes you get strong winds or even damaging winds as it comes down to the surface. But those same winds create what we call an outflow boundary, and that then pushes more warm air up, and you repeat the process again. Like I said, it's kind of like whack-a-mole. And sometimes you can actually see thunderstorms dying off here. You see that outflow, this on radar. You see the outflow go out, and then pretty soon some more fire up along that boundary. So that's going to be the recipe really for the forecast this entire week. Same old, same old. Not a bad thing. I mean, believe me, it could be worse. William Raleigh was in Bowling Green. Yeah, poor cats and dogs. Well, yeah, you would have had to punch through what was going on there in Muhlenberg. in Ohio County if you came up the Natcher, which I assume you did. So glad you're home safe. Hope you got a brisket sandwich at Buc-ee's and got Tesla a treat, your dog. So anyhow, that's all I have for you tonight here on the First Alert Weather Show at 9. I'll see you on 14 News at 10 o'clock. I don't think this game's going to run long. I hope it doesn't, a baseball game over there. In the meantime, hope you had a great Independence Day. Stay safe. I'll see you at 10.